everyone, my name is Dylan and welcome back to Dive Drop. By the time this video releases, you might have heard the news that Oakwood theme park in Wales is not reopening for the 2025 season. I think it's been fair to say that as close seasons go, this probably was one of the, if not worst in years. There's been layoffs, shows and events cancelled or cut down, not one but two UK theme parks closing and appeals to prevent more from shutting. I think at the moment the theme park industry is the most unstable it has been in years, and to be honest, with the upcoming developments for things such as Universal Great Britain, it isn't very clear on how things will be in the future. So in today's video I'm going to be reflecting on the key events that have taken place since the gates will shut in November. If you do go on to enjoy this video, I would very much appreciate it if you did subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you in advance. Let's begin by heading back to Monday the 4th of November, the week of the Alton Towers fireworks and what's commonly considered the end of the 2024 season. It was on this day that Flambard's, located in Cornwall, had shut its doors permanently and announced it would not reopen. The park originally opened in 1976, and whilst it would be wrong of me to say that I had been to or even really knew of it until the announcement, a quick look online will show you the love this place had. It wasn't the only small park that has struggled over the past year, as last month it was also revealed that 𝗗𝗚𝗩𝗘𝗗𝗥𝗢𝗣 Park also had issues, not with low visitor numbers but high cost pressures caused by the cost of living. Unlike most attractions in the UK, 𝗗𝗚𝗡𝗏 offers free entry and still sticks by the traditional method of charging visitors per ride, similar to what's used at Hyde Park Winter Wonderland or other travelling fun fairs. We've also had Adventure Island in Southend. They've said they've been forced to increase their ticket prices by 25% due to the high operating costs, which they've also tried to reduce by introducing some of those good old staggered openings. This means they can cut down on the amount of hours they are employing staff for per day. It was also reported last month that Pleasurewood Hills have made a pre-tax loss of almost £340,000 across the previous financial year. Now, Pleasurewood is owned by the Looping Group, who have been the owners of Drayton Manor from 2020 onwards. However, as recent news has shown, having a parent company does not guarantee your survival. The biggest current theme park parent company in the UK, Merlin, has also had big cuts around all of their UK theme parks and midway attractions. High levels of redundancies have been taking place within not just the entertainment teams but also across all of the other roles. And because of this, it's resulted in a highly reduced offering throughout the 2025 season. We've lost Oktoberfest at Alton Towers and Thorpe Park, the stunt shows over at Legoland have disappeared, and the Alton Towers fireworks have been cut down to 2 days per year. And it doesn't stop there. An article from Sky News also came out saying that Merlin Entertainments were looking at selling off some of their sea life centres across the UK. Whilst locations such as London, Birmingham and Manchester were said to be not for sale, it leaves the potential for up to 8 other locations including Blackpool, Brighton, Scarborough and a bunch others to be sold off. With the other midways such as Madame Tussauds and the Dungeon located in Blackpool, I'd honestly be surprised if this one were let go, however, the others could be on the market sooner than you think. Another Merlin attraction we've lost this close season is the Bear Grylls Adventure, that's located over at the Birmingham NEC. Now this offered a high ropes experience, it had archery, axe throwing, I think it even had an iFly indoor skydiving experience. Now the closure was originally announced back in October with bookings no longer to be made. However, on the 11th of December the doors finally sealed and it's been standing but not operating since. The layoffs at Merlin aren't just only in the UK also, with the announcement in January that Legoland Florida and Legoland California Resort are also to make cuts to their workforce. Now, over 200 positions were cut over at Florida, and almost an extra 100 were made in California. Finally, as I mentioned in the beginning of this video, Oakwood in Wales will not be opening during the 2025 season, as Aspro Parks, the parent company of the theme park, said they had faced unrelenting economic challenges, comprised of higher operating costs and declining visitor numbers. I know I'm not the first and I'm not going to be the last to say that I'm completely gutted about this. Some of the rides at this place are unique to what else there is in the UK and I'm really going to regret not being able to go. Unfortunately, one of the main issues that Oakwood had going against them is the location. Unlike something in London like Thorpe Park or in the Midlands like Drayton Manor and Alton Towers, Oakwood was in one of the far corners of South Wales and on average was about 4 to 5 hours drive from everyone, myself included. The statement put out by the park doesn't mention that the park is closed permanently, only just saying it will be closed throughout 2025. However, with the amount of setbacks that it has, I don't think other businesses would be interested in taking the place on, and it's unfortunately unlikely to me that we'll be seeing it again open in the near future. Now there's still more I can cover, however the tone of this video is bleaker by the minute, so I want to say before I continue that if you have worked at any of these places and have been or will be affected by the changes going on, that my thoughts are with you, and I hope everything will get better after what has been a pretty terrible time. As another person on the outside of all of this, I can't look into the specific details of things that have happened. On the other hand, I do believe it is still important to acknowledge what has taken place. Ignoring what has happened would feel very dystopian and not right to me. Hopefully throughout the new seasons things will begin to look up. Obviously there's no way of telling how things will go, but fingers crossed, we won't have to relive one of the darkest close seasons we've ever had. Thank you for watching, and before I end this video, I wanted to end it on a more positive note. Thank you for 50,000 views. Okay, that's it, bye.